Can the New York Jets trade for Deebo Samuel? Maybe. We'll talk about it now. Hey, what's going on? I'm Matt O'Leary back with another video, and today I'll be talking about Deebo Samuel and how if the 49ers were to trade Deebo Samuel, the Jets are actually the favorite to land him, outside of him, of course, staying with the 49ers. Before we get started today, I just want to mention that you can follow me on social media at Matt O'Leary NY on social media, obviously, because that makes the most sense. What am I doing here? And then, of course, after that, you have the Just Jets podcast. Subscribe. The episodes come out every single Monday. And then the Patreon, $5 a month for Mock Draft Mondays, for Jets Analytics, for player write-ups. Whole lot of fun going on over there and more coming soon. Okay, so by now you should all know the drill. Deebo Samuel has played 3 years in the NFL. Like most of the guys in the 2019 draft class, he is now looking for a new contract. He deleted social media posts about the San Francisco 49ers. He unfollowed the 49ers, supposedly wants $25 million a year, all that. Like, everyone's up to speed on that part, right? So we can focus on why the New York Jets might be looking to trade for him, why it makes sense that they are high up on the list for places that he can go and all that stuff. So number one, last year he had 1,400 receiving yards. Like, my brain can't comprehend a wide receiver having 1,400 receiving yards because we haven't seen a receiver go over 1,000 in 7 years. It's been an incredibly long time since Brandon Marshall and Eric Decker went over 1,000 yards in the 2015 season. 1,400 yards, 6 touchdowns. On top of that, add 365 rushing yards and 8 touchdowns for a total of nearly 1,800 all-purpose yards and 14 touchdowns. Yeah, that's what I would call a weapon. So yes, I would like to have that on my team and make life extremely easy for your young quarterback, because that's what that does. All you have to do is get the ball in his hand and just watch, see what happens after that. And we know that Mike LaFleur is pretty good at drawing up plays and getting guys open in space and just, creating opportunities for guys with the ball in his hands. And hello, that is perfect for Deebo Samuel. And what I found interesting was, outside him obviously staying with the San Francisco 49ers, as he was a massive favorite for that, the Jets were listed as the next most likely destination at plus 400, which is an implied chance of 20%. The odds were just recently put out on this. So why are the Jets the ones who are linked to Deebo Samuel? Well, obviously, I just listed off all the phenomenal things about him, but a few other reasons come into play here. Number one, outside of this list, or on this list, I guess, is because they were just in on Tyreek Hill a couple of weeks ago. They offered a package that was accepted. Tyreek Hill decided to go to Miami. So like, that idea of landing a top flight wide receiver just didn't go out the window. He just turned 26 years old. He's entering his prime right now. Obviously, they want to do everything they can to make sure that Zach Wilson is the guy going forward, and getting a premier weapon like Deebo Samuel would be just downright phenomenal. And the Saleh and LaFleur connection. I mean, like, these guys just came over from the San Francisco 49ers not all that long ago. Like, both those guys were prominent coaches with the 49ers. Obviously, LaFleur on the offensive side, the former passing game coordinator over there. And obviously, we know Saleh was the DC. So he, one, knows how hard it is to stop Deebo Samuel. And LaFleur, if anyone knows how to use him, it would be Mike LaFleur, because he just spent the last 2 years there prior to this past year when Deebo was a rookie. And then obviously in 2020, he got hurt, so he didn't really get to spend that much time, but he was a pretty productive rookie for the 49ers back in 2019. So yeah, like, it makes sense why the connection is there. It's not just Jet fans going absolutely wild for anyone who, becomes quote unquote available. And like, would I put the percentages of him actually becoming a Jet pretty high? No, of course not. But if he was to get traded, the team that just aggressively pursued another top tier speed playmaker would make a ton of sense, right? And the one who, I don't know, their head coach and offensive coordinator was a part of the organization that drafted him a few years ago. Like, there's just too many things that add up here. So, like, while I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I am guaranteeing that Deebo Samuel is going to be a Jet or anything like that, or I don't even think he does get traded. I think he does extend there and sign a new contract. But if he were to be traded, Jets make the most sense. I think it's pretty obvious to me anyway. So let me know what you think down in the comments below or on social media. Thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, I'm Matt O'Leary, and I'll talk to you next time.